Hey, alright guys, I missed this kit the first time around, but now I got it, the P-Bandai Phantom Gundam. So this was one that I was hoping and praying that Bandai would make, and we finally got it. Now it'd be great to get a Master Grade form in someday, in some form, a Master Grade in the future, but for now at least we got the Phantom Gundam here in HG, and it's so cool. I love like the Phantom Gundam's design with the effects and everything. It's just so crazy that I love it. So it's got a really cool color scheme as well. Obviously the box art here, can't really see that too much other than the fact that it's monochrome green, so that's the main color of the mobile suit. But let's go ahead and just check it out real quick here, and then we'll get it popped open and get it built up. So like I said, being a P-Bandai box, it's just monochrome green there, but you can see the Phantom Gundam, that's a photograph of the kit, and then it does transform. Very interesting and strange transformation, whereas as much as I love the Gundam, the transformation I don't think is going to really do much for me, but we will take a look at that in the review. Just taking a look around the box here, there's not really too much else to see, so let's just go ahead and get this popped open here. We will take a look at the runners and everything in just a moment, but let's first find our way to the instruction manual, which is in full color, interestingly. Being a P-Bandai kit, that's not always the case, but we've got the full color manual here, which is great because it shows the nice reference image there of the painted kit, front and back. And like typical HGUC style, we've got some information over here, not very much though, basically just the model number and the armaments, that's about it. We do have some more information down here at the bottom in Japanese and in English, but it's really super tiny print. I'll try to get that on the screen for you guys. You can pause the video, read that if you want, though I imagine that's all on the wiki page already. On the back side here, some more information about the Phantom lights in Japanese and in English, and there you go, you can see it with all the effect parts and everything. Looking pretty crazy. There's that transformation to the Mirage Oiseu cruising form. That's even so small, difficult for me to read there at this distance, but there's the cruising form and some other detail images of some other weapons, things that it has. Looks like it has the same shotgun weapon as the Crossbone XO, which is cool. I did not know that, but there you go. Has the cool sword and everything as well. So some pretty cool weaponry here with this. So we are going to have full color for part of the manual here, part of the construction. It looks like kind of the later steps in that part of the transformation, how to like put in the flame effect parts. I don't want to say flame, but how to include effect parts. On the black and white side of the manual though, we've got our parts list and the first half of the construction, or all of the construction until you get to the transformation there. So, all right. Let's take a quick look here at the foil sticker sheet, and then we'll get to the runners. It looks pretty minimal there. It's like a couple of cameras there for the eyes, a couple of small little color correcting ones, and a few larger color correcting foil stickers there, but nothing too serious it looks like. Starting off with the runners here, we've got PC002 for our polycaps there in gray. And the A runner is going to be all of our green parts for the kit. We've also got runner A2, which is a copy of this half of the runner right there. Really interesting color of green there for this. I do like it. Runner B here for some of the joint and hand parts is in a really dark gunmetal color. Same thing for runner C1 and a C2, which is a copy of this part of the runner there. Some more of the frame and joint kind of parts. Runner D1 and then D2, which is a copy of this part right here, is all of our white parts for the kit. Runner E1 we have two of, is all of our red accent parts. And then we're getting into the effect parts. So this is runner F, and as you can see in like a clear pink, so there's the effect part for the weapon and some of these effect parts for around on the mobile suit. And that's continued here onto runner G, where we have even more, and there's two of this G runner, so lots of effect parts here as you may imagine for this kit. Last but not least here, runner O1 is going to be in that kind of medium gray color there for the weapons parts. This one is just marked Crossbone Gundam, so not to any particular version of that, but like I said, I know this is used by at least two different versions of the Crossbone Gundam. Anyway, that's it for the runners. Let's go ahead and check it out. Alright guys, so here is the kit all built up, and it is going to be pretty small as the Gundams from Crossbone are usually pretty small like this. We'll take a look at a size comparison here in a little bit, but as you're seeing it now, obviously this is without all the effect parts and everything. We'll also add those on here shortly, but I just wanted to start off by taking a look at its base form here. We'll take a look at some of the accessories, which it's mostly just going to be all the effect parts, but we do have some cool weapon options here, of course, as well. We'll take a look at all of that. There are going to be a few stickers here and there, but overall the color separation on this is really nice, and the kit is just really really, really well engineered, I feel like, just because it has really great articulation, as you guys will see once we take a look at that as well. And the part separation is done really nicely in that you basically have nothing in the way of seam lines to worry about on this. So if you were planning on painting the kit, you'll have very little work, prep work to do ahead of time, removing seam lines and stuff like that. It's going to be a very easy one to paint if you guys are wanting to do that. So let's go ahead and start off by taking a look at those accessories. Let's get into it. So starting off just with our hands, we've got these holding hands, which you're going to use for the weapons right there on the kit. Then we do also have a set of these really cool, very sort of aggressive looking open hands like this for the left and the right side here as well. So those look really nice. For weapons, we've got the shotgun, which is a really cool looking weapon. Even though the handle is at an extreme angle like that, it is just going to be these regular holding hands that you're going to use for holding that. So that said, the handle can move back like that. For transforming this, you're going to take this part off, remove this middle piece here like that, plug that up into there, and then we can plug our effect part into here like this, and that will become our big beam sword like that, which does look really cool. I love the fact that it has a shotgun that folds in half to become a beam sword. That's really cool. But we have other swords here as well. So these are going to be the handles for that, which are just these couple of little white pieces. But then you have to take the piece off of the side skirt right here, which I guess we're kind of in canon these are supposed to come out of, I would imagine. And this part combines with this part right here to become a sort of guard piece there for the handle. Now you could just use this as just like a dagger like that, sort of as is, but of course we've got effect parts. So we've got two different types of effect parts. We've got two of these just straight type effects like that, and all you do is just kind of slip that into there like so, and that's how that looks. Or we've got two of this curved type effect, which is a much more kind of dynamic looking effect if you want to have like the Gundam swinging the sword or something like that, have it in some sort of action pose. That effect part looks really nice. So it's cool that you have two of those, so you can have one straight, one curved, or have them both curved, or however you want to do it. So those are really awesome. Now the rest of our kind of accessories are just going to be parts for making the effects. So here for the head, we have a totally different head, which you're gonna swap out here. And that's just because it has the kind of open mouth and the effects and everything on there. But just to talk about the base head here real quick first, you have stickers for the eyes, of course, and then stickers for the little white parts there on the side of the head. Around here on the back of the head, you have a little sticker there for the camera on the back. So that does look really nice though, pretty nicely detailed. For this version of the head, obviously we've got, aside from the eyes, the gold sticker there for the mouthpiece, the same sticker here on the side, but this also has a little bit of gold in there in between the white. And then we've got the effect parts up at the top, which do look really cool. For the effects on the chest, you're just gonna swap that white piece here with this one, which has the effects coming out at the top and bottom of that. Same thing here for the shoulders. You're gonna swap that white piece there at the top of the shoulder, which has these effect parts, and also this little white piece here on the kind of back side of the arm right there. You're gonna swap that out with this effect piece, which does have a little white sticker on it to go and kind of go around the edge of that, where it's looking like the effect is coming out of there. Down here in the legs, you're basically going to replace this white part here at the back of the knee to have the effect coming out at the front of the knee, and then around on the back of the leg, kind of in this vent right here, you're just going to pop the effect part just straight into there like that. So that's really easy. And then for the skirt parts, for the front skirts, you're gonna swap out the white piece, which has some effects kind of pointing down, going out of the bottom of the white parts there. And then for the side skirts, you have these big pieces which kind of plug in at the back side of those. Right around here you can see there's a little tab, so that's going to plug into place and be kind of wrapped around the side skirts there like that for a pretty large effect there as well. And then of course we've got our big effects, which are going to plug in here into the backpack like so. Those look really nice. And lastly, for the transformation, there is going to be some parts forming involved. So here you have your piece, which you're going to use for kind of the transformed version of it. This does have red and white stickers there for what is meant to be kind of the back skirts, and then here is the kind of front cockpit portion of that right there. So just going back to the kit itself, you have those same stickers here, red and white stickers on the back skirt, just on the kit here as it is. Otherwise, that's it for the stickers. So like I said, aside from those ones there on the head, not really too much here in the way of stickers for the kit. They're mostly just here on the back skirt, which is on the back side, which is not too bad anyway. The articulation of it, we don't really need to go through point by point. It's all kind of very standard. The shoulders swing forward. You have a double joint here in the elbow. You have some nice movement of the head up and down, all the way down to there like that. You have a little bit of a bend here in the midsection, kind of forward and back. The front skirts are combined. You can clip those apart. The side skirts will move up and down, side to side. Down here in the hip joint, your hips will move forward and back, side to side, rotate there at the top. You have a nice double joint here in the knee as well. Looking at this, I'm realizing I put this part on here backwards. There we go. Now we can see that full double joint there at the knee for a nice knee bend. Our front ankle armor here is connected at the front of the kind of internal part of the ankle there. You have some toe bend right there, which is really nice. The ankle will move side to side, forward and back pretty nicely here. And then up underneath the feet, you have mostly full detail, with just at the tip of the toe, you have a little bit of hollow gap right there, but otherwise those do look pretty nice. The back skirt is fixed in place. The backpack can move side to side. You can move this up and down here a little bit there like that as well. This lower part doesn't close up entirely, only goes up to there and then down to there. So you have a little bit of movement here of the lower part of that part of the backpack. But again, no seam lines. And right here at the center of the backpack, there is a little panel that opens up. And that is basically it in a very quick nutshell there of the articulation. So just kind of pretty standard articulation here for this. Oh, one thing I should also mention here, these parts on the side also will slide down. So that slides down for when it's kind of all activated and everything. Otherwise, normally it would just be slid up like that. But yeah, pretty standard for just a good, solid, modern HG kit, which is always nice to see. Real quick then here for a size comparison as well with your standard 1/44 scale Gundam there, the Strike. And as you can see, it's not like terribly smaller, but it is going to be slightly smaller than your standard 1/44 scale Gundam. So yeah, obviously with that really nice articulation and some very cool weapons and a very, very cool effect parts here with this, obviously it's going to look great, which is nice just because it is of a smaller size. I feel like kind of without the effect parts, it may not necessarily stand out that much on a shelf. If you've got like a bunch of different Gundam kits all kind of together, you have this kind of a little bit funky color scheme there with the green and the red and white accents on it. It's definitely a unique color scheme, but it's sort of small, right? It may not necessarily stand out, but with those effect parts on there, it's definitely going to be one that has such a really unique and standout appearance to it that I feel like it's definitely going to get a lot of attention, and it is really nice. I am so glad that they actually ended up finally making this kit, just because I've always thought it's a really cool design, and I've been waiting for Bandai to actually make a kit of it, or if they ever would. I wasn't sure if they ever would, but I'm really glad that they did. It would be really cool to get a master grade version as well at some point. I think it is definitely possible, but I'm not sure. I think we'll probably just be stuck with this HG for probably the foreseeable future. But that's totally fine. I shouldn't say it like that necessarily. I shouldn't say stuck with this HG, because we're more blessed with this HG in that it's a really, really great kit. So it was something, like I said, I didn't expect that we would ever get, and we got it here, and it's fantastic. So I can highly recommend it for you guys. It is a P-Bandai item, of course, so it is not going to be, as easily available for a lot of people. Of course, I understand. But if you're like me and you're a fan of the design, you've been on the fence as to whether you really want to get the kit or not, I would definitely recommend checking it out. If you can get your hands on it for a decent price. This is a really fun kit and looks great no matter which way you pose it. I imagine most people are going to pose this with the effect parts in use. That said, even if you don't want to, or if you were to get two of them, I think it does look good actually even without the effect parts. It's a really cool looking kit even without that. Although, of course, just know that most people are probably going to be displaying this with those effect parts in use. But let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below, guys. What do you think about this design? What do you think about the kit in general? Is it one that you've gotten for yourself, or you're planning on getting, or you would like to get now after seeing the review? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And as always, guys, if you want to check out some more Gunpla for yourself, you can check the link down in the video description to USA Gundam Store. Got all sorts of cool stuff there for you guys to check out. And if you guys would also like to like and or subscribe while you're here, that would be greatly appreciated. Until next time, hope y'all have a great day. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.